first routine in front of the whole school. Christy's breath caught as she pictured the packed bleachers, heard the roar, the stomping of feet, the whistles. She saw herself yelling to the crowd, taking her first run for her handspring round-off combination, and her final move, a climb to the top of the pyramid, then a somersault through the air into the basketed hands of the bigger bass girls. Christy thrilled to the imagined cheers and fist pumps, hugged herself as she savored the moment. Her cell phone rattled on her nightstand. A text from Harley Jensen. They'd been besties since they pulled their naptime rugs together on the first day of preschool.
The big day. Break a leg. Kidding. You'll be awesome. XO, Harley.
Christy hugged the phone, jumped out of bed, and headed for the shower. 7:42 a.m. Honey, don't stress. You'll do great. Harley Jensen looked up, forced a smile, and sprinkled more brown sugar on his oatmeal, then dropped back into his world history notes. Harley, listen to me. His mother pulled out a chair and sat across from him. I don't want you to pressure yourself. If you don't get the scholarship, we'll find a way to make it happen, I promise. She squeezed his arm. Okay? Harley covered his mother's hand with his own.
Sure, Mom.
He tried to give her a genuine smile.
I just want to give it my best shot, that's all.
His mother sighed. Of course, sweetheart. She squeezed his hand, then got up and moved to the sink to hide the tears that burned in her eyes. The truth was, she didn't know that they'd find a way to make it happen. With Andrew laid off, nothing was certain anymore. At least nothing good. They'd planned a family trip to Greece that summer, knowing it might be their last chance to travel together before Harley went off to college at MIT in the fall. Now, those plans were a taunting, bitter memory. Family vacations? A pricey, prestigious school for Harley? That was for rich people with steady incomes. This family would be lucky to keep the house. But she didn't mourn for herself or her husband. They'd had their chances to shoot for the moon. It was Harley she mourned for. The unfairness of it all made her heart ache. He'd done everything right, made the grades, done the extracurricular resume builders, and he'd been duly rewarded with early admission to MIT. But that was back when they'd been paying customers. Now the only way he'd get in was on a scholarship. And the competition for the few slots that afforded a full ride was breathtaking. Harley never complained, but she knew he was working night and day, 7 days a week to make it happen. Harley closed his notebook, forced down one last bite of oatmeal — it was hard to get food past the knot in his stomach — and took his bowl to the sink. He rinsed it quickly before his mother could see how little he'd eaten. He'd studied hard, but he still didn't feel ready for his exam. And he had to ace it. If he didn't, he'd ruin his perfect 4.2, and probably his one shot at the scholarship for MIT. He needed more time. Even 1 more hour would help. His cell phone buzzed. It was a text from Christy.
Thanks, Scooter. See you there, XOXO.
Scooter, as in the opposite of Harley Davidson, had been his nickname in elementary school. Only Christy still called him that. He didn't love it, but it was better than Vespa. Harley frowned at the phone. He hated to miss her pep rally, but it was his only chance to sneak in more study time. Besides, she'd never know if he didn't tell her. Harley leaned down to kiss his mother's cheek.
Bye, Ma. Don't work too hard.
As was her habit, she walked Harley to the door. He slid into his backpack.
Love ya.
Love you back. His mother swallowed hard as she watched him head out, his heavy backpack swinging behind him. He still moved like the little boy who'd given her a nervous, brave smile as he left for his first day of school, a side-to-side roll that reminded her of a skater. She smiled with wistful eyes as he headed down the front walk and out into the world. 1. 10:45 a.m. Principal Campbell's voice blared through the classroom loudspeakers.
As you know, it's homecoming.